G&D Audio presents an unabridged recording of Kind Folks Finish First, The Considerate Path to Success in Business and Life by Sam Jacobs with Kerri Linsenbigler. Narrated by Cory Herndon. Introduction. The Story of Pavilion. There is a fallacy in the business world that to succeed you have to be ruthless. There is one way to get rich and have truly global impact, and that is to screw the other person before they screw you. Lots of people have succeeded based on that philosophy. I'm here to tell you there is a different way. Being a jerk, focusing on the short term, emphasizing the art of the deal above long-term relationships, perhaps that is one path. But within the world, there are many paths to success. The path I will lay out for you offers the same things: wealth, impact, a legacy, but it does so in a way that will make you feel good, that will put positive energy into the universe, that will uplift you and those around you. And to begin your journey, you don't need a wild stroke of luck. You don't need a trust fund. And you don't need to be a perennially upbeat, happy person oblivious to the reality of the world around you. In fact, I'm pretty much the opposite of that. I'm grumpy. I'm moody. But the lessons I articulate in this audio program are about a deeper sense of compassion and kindness. They are not about your mood. They are about a way of behaving in the world, a way that aligns you with positivity. Some of it may seem hokey, and some of it may seem naive. There's a certain power and sense of superiority in cynicism. That's certainly true. It's up to you how you choose to lead your life. And this is just one way, but it's a way that I've found to work. If you take that leap with me and go with me on this journey, I'm confident you'll come out on the other side with a deeper connection to success. We'll work through some of the challenges and objections you might naturally raise, and I'll share with you deeply personal information about my decades-long struggles with the right sense of self, with depression, and with my near-perpetual frustration with my station and place in life, and with my career. But on the other side of all of that, you'll also discover what I've learned to truly change my life, to finally discover happiness, to build the tools I use almost every day to nurture that happiness, and to work through how that happiness and peace has transcended my professional life and impacted my life at home with my wife and my personal relationships. This is an audio program about the company I started, now called Pavilion, originally called Revenue Collective. I did not intend to start a big company. I only intended to help my friends find jobs and to create a group of people committed to supporting each other. But somehow, years later, that company is worth more than $200 million and doubling while barely burning any capital. This is also an audio program about how I saved my marriage, discovered true happiness for the first time in my life, and achieved almost everything I dreamed, and more, since I started working back in 1999. Prior to starting Pavilion, I'd been a vice president of sales at venture capital-backed companies in New York City beginning in 2003, when I started at Gerson Lehman Group. I'd risen up through the ranks quickly at GLG, which became a big company while I was there. I left in 2010 to set out on my journey of becoming a C-level executive. I'd always harbored big dreams and ambitions, but the next 8 years were a series of false starts and frustrations that created a terrifying sense of repetition, that I wasn't making actual progress, that I wouldn't become wealthy, and that I wouldn't realize the sense of potential I've felt inside myself and have felt since I was a young child. Beginning in 2014, I started bringing my friends together for dinner every quarter in New York. These were other people in similar situations, people in their 30s and 40s working at high-growth companies and struggling to see the light at the end of the rainbow, struggling to see how all the toil and hard work would ultimately end in some kind of big payday, some kind of recognition. So we started having dinner together every quarter. Then we started emailing each other with questions about work, how we had approached different challenges and obstacles, how we'd solved different problems, what email subject lines were working, what the ratio of salespeople to sales managers was, and how to motivate and retain great talent and develop them. These were all questions that were too...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?